Hello, how may I help you? I'm just here to talk.
Hey guys, so we're just off to town to go get Jaden from his dad's. He texted this morning saying he's bored. He was supposed to stay till tomorrow, but I guess his siblings left the day he got there, so he's ready to come home, which is great. So when I go pick him up, I'll have him to watch the children while I run into Walmart, grab a few things that we're going to need for this week. Sorry about the shaking, guys. We're on a highway that is soon going to be torn up to be redone, so it's very bumpy. These little highways up here are secondary highways, so they're not very maintained. And when we get 4 feet of snow in the winter, they take quite a beating. But anyways, so we're gonna go to Walmart, maybe Independent if I don't find what I need at Walmart. I forgot to bring the challenge book. We were gonna do a challenge when we were in town, but I forgot the book, so I thought on Wednesday we can actually just take a trip after work solely for the purpose of doing a challenge. But yeah, I had quite a productive weekend. It's Sunday and tomorrow's a holiday, so that's good. I don't get a lot done on the days when I have to go to town because I usually end up having to go in the middle of the day, and it's an hour or more each way depending on which town we go to. This one's about an hour and 15 minutes away, so it kind of takes a good chunk of the day. But I did get a lot of stuff done this morning, and I cleaned out Brody's bedroom. We're starting to get rid of a lot of the toys that he hasn't used.
It's okay. Everybody remain calm.
Sorry guys, she's got her headset on. She's playing a video game. We're gonna get rid of all the baby toys and get more of a big boy room set up. So we've ordered him another new bed, one that is bigger, because he's had a hard time sleeping in his room lately. I thought I'd change up his bed, and we're gonna get him a computer desk.
Yay!
A legit computer desk and a gaming chair.
I have the perfect.
And a new monitor. Jaden wants Brody's TV, and it's really old. I got that TV when I was in college, so a long time ago. But it is a Sony, so it's really held through. So we'll get him a nice comfy setup where he's able to just have his own little space. So that's going to happen over the next couple weeks. Also, we have a pool that is on its way here and a new bouncy castle because the last bouncies we had just weathered out. This one's a real big one, so it should be good for the kids at this age now. So by next weekend we'll be setting those up. And that is going to make it easier sticking around home this summer. Okay. Anyways, I'm planning on getting away in August. It's going to be quite a journey because of all the drop-offs I have to do for the kids, but I'm determined to make it happen. So I received some VIP tickets to a pretty awesome festival in a place where I've always wanted to go, and I can't get into details about it right now because I do have an issue with sabotage in my life, where people try to destroy everything good in my life and often succeed. So I have, for a while now, I've been just keeping everything I do, you know, Because what happens is if there's any success in your life, they want to either take it from you or do what they can to destroy you from having it. And I don't know if it's like that everywhere, but that's definitely the type of people that I have been surrounded by my whole life. I got a long road trip ahead of me, so if you can excuse all the bumpiness, I wanted to take a minute to talk about some of the effects that my family personally has had from the lockdown. Don't get me wrong. I know it's required. I know it's important, but yeah, I still want to talk about it. I still think we need to acknowledge and like what we're gonna have to deal with after. But anyways, my family in particular was deeply affected by the lockdown in many ways, and I'm sure everybody was affected differently. So the first situation I want to talk about is my son, who is 14 now. He was 13 when the lockdown first started, and we tried to lock down. I'm a single parent of 4, so I have to continue working. I'm also an essential worker in the mining industry, and we had to stay working. So when the kids were pulled from school, I was hoping that the older 2 would be responsible enough to take care of the younger 2, who were 3 and 4 at the time, but who are now 5 and 6. And it didn't work out well. The older 2 were constantly fighting, and when I say fighting, I mean like fist fighting, violently attacking one another. I would come home I'd get called at work all day long, and I'm only 3 minutes away from work and home, between work and home, but it's still not it's not easy to work when you know your kids aren't really in a safe place, and it was just quite a struggle. Because I didn't have any options. There's no childcare in my town. None of my family wanted to help at all, and none of their extended families wanted to help. It was just really difficult. So Justin and his grandmother and myself and his father decided that he would go stay with his grandmother, who is a retired teacher, and to preface that, I will tell you that Justin and his grandmother have always had a really great bond.
Now it's time we add in some decorations.
He goes there for the summer, all summer, every year, and for all holidays. He's very close with his grandmother, so this worked for us. He was going to be able to get his homeschooling done, which he was not doing while I was working, and the kids would be safe because the boys weren't beating each other up and exposing the young ones to any of that kind of stuff. So Justin took off to his grandmother's. I can't even remember when, but it's been well over a year now. And that was hard for us because none of us knew how long this was going to be going on for. But now we've seen him twice since he's been gone, because he's in another province, and it was a province that was hit hard by the COVID pandemic, and we had our borders closed off to them. So we recently saw him, and we saw him on his birthday last year. But it's gonna get bumpy here for a sec, guys. So when he first moved there, he started dating a girl, and surprisingly, they're still together today. And now he does not want to come home. He has it made out there. He does run the ship out there. He's a single child, and he's spoiled to the fullest. He has his friends, and he doesn't have to follow lockdown. So yeah, he wants to stay, and I've never once had to get involved and choose opposite of what my kids want when it comes to what they want and where they want to be with their families. I always let my kids go whenever, wherever, as long as they're safe, and that's how it is. So this was the first time I actually didn't want it to happen. I wanted my kid to come home because he started slacking in his schoolwork, and I realized he was talking to his grandmother with the tone that he runs the show and, doesn't listen. He's being disobedient, and I don't like that. So anyways, we're at this point now where he's going into high school next year, and registration just happened. And he's not interested in coming home to register here. He wants to stay in Quebec, so I'm not going to tell him he can't. But it's a tough one. I don't blame him. I can't be the parent I should be while I'm working full time and there's nobody to help. So that leads me to the second scenario that's come about in our family because of the lockdown is my oldest son, Jaden, who is 16 now. He's been basically playing dad 3 days a week with my little ones. He takes good care of them. Well, not as good of care that they need, but he makes sure they're taken care of, and he does like to sleep, so that's a tough one, but he is 16. I watch the kids on my video camera system, but I mean, needless to say, I haven't been able to do my job right to the best of my ability because I'm constantly worried about the kids and watching them on the cameras and calling my son to wake him up or to be more attentive. But anyways, he's gone into a bit of a slump where, he's just not happy, and I don't blame him. We live far away from everybody, so he doesn't have any friends in our town, and they're all about an hour away. Before COVID, a couple days a week we would take him to be with his friends, or he would, go stay at a friend's house or have hockey and things like that, but he's been really, really locked down and secluded and isolated with nothing and nobody for a long time, so it was starting to get to him. So a couple weekends ago, I let him go hang out with a friend that he goes to school with. There's actually 3 or 4 of them that kind of hang out from time to time. And anyways, it was supposed to be a night thing, and he was going to spend the night over there in the house, from what I was told. Well, they got caught out at a house party, which actually made the news all over Ontario because there was 30 of them there, and my son got a ticket for $880. So, lesson learned. Don't let your kids go out and get their mental health back in check because you will be punished. So, that's where we're at with him. We have to pay the fine, and we have a couple more days to do that. Try to get his dad on board with helping me out halfway, but he can't get his driver's license until that fine's paid, so we got to do it soon, or they'll take my license off. So that's how that works here. But then we have the 2 little ones. They are 5 and 6, and since they were 3 and 4, they have been on lockdown. They have lost most of their social skills, even though they're incredibly awesome at socializing. I'm not super concerned about my daughter Brinley because she's just a social butterfly, but my son Brody, he is on the spectrum, so he was just starting to do social groups after school and learning how to make friends and socialize himself, and all that came to an abrupt halt. I think on his 3rd or 4th session, we were making such great progress, and now we are back at square one. He's very comfortable in his home, in his room. He doesn't want to do anything. He never wants to go to adventures or anywhere, and it's not his fault, but we're gonna have some work to do. Right, buddy? But he's very resilient considering the circumstances. He's really good at learning new things. It's just getting the opportunities to do so and then starting from that point again. And with that being said, keeping in mind I am working all the time, so I just the time that was put into doing that before seems wasted now, and it's just devastating to me. We will get through this, all of us will. And when it's done, I fully plan on taking my children on a nice, long adventure. We haven't decided where yet. It's either going to be a road trip across North America, down and all around the States, back up to Canada, or it's going to be flying to another country just to explore. But we're getting to a construction zone here, guys, so I might have to check out for a bit. Okay guys, so we've got a few more minutes before we hit the next construction path, but
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
so next I want to talk about my job. So yes, I'm still employed, and I think it's likely only because they can't fire me. But I have to say that my employers have been super patient with me through everything that's been going on. So with me, every year I strive for growth. I have been there for 10 years now, so every year I've made progress. I've done something great, and I've just felt achieved at the end of the year. And last year was just basically surviving, and I just feel so yucky about that. I like to know that I'm doing great and that I couldn't do better. But with the circumstances, I know I couldn't do better, but I still know that I could have if I wasn't in this predicament. So I don't have control over that, but it's been very hard on me and my mental health, because I now currently live every day at work like I could get fired. I wake up every day and I tell myself that no matter how I'm feeling, I'm gonna do great. And then I get to work and I check the job board to make sure that my job's not listed. And I literally walk on eggshells and basically overexert myself and exhaust myself with just trying to make sure that my job's secure. And so anyways, it's been like almost a year and a half now that I've always had a backup plan, or tried to have a backup plan, and that's actually not been a good idea, because when I get callbacks or job opportunities and then I still have my current job, don't take those job opportunities, and then I kind of burn a bridge, maybe. I don't know. Anyways, that's part of that. So anyways, my most recent backup plan is more of like a goal, a life goal that I've had that I never knew I was going to be able to do, but I am, and I'm going to do it starting September. So I've enrolled in a graphic design program so I can basically freelance work or work from home or from wherever I am, and not worry so much about if something happens and I do lose my job in the mining industry. I still can support my family. So this is a 3-year program. It's going to take a lot of hard work and dedication, especially since I'm going to keep my career while I'm doing it. But I know I can do it. It's going to be second nature to me, and it's just the time and dedication. So you need to commit 20 hours a week, and I feel like 4 to 5 hours every evening, you know, from 8 to midnight or something like that. Once the kids are done all their routines and I'm done the mom thing, I will be able to do schoolwork. And because I have no life, weekends are gonna be, I'll be able to bang off a whole bunch of it. So I think I got it. I think I got it in the bag. I'm gonna be okay. I feel really ambitious about it. It's been a few months now that I've just been eager to do it, but I gotta wait till September. So I hope I'm just as eager when the time comes. Anyways, guys, I want you to know, if you're suffering in any way because of lockdown, just know you're not